You think great storytelling is about talent? About emotion? About big budgets and bigger explosions? Think again. Hidden beneath every masterpiece, from ancient Rome to Renaissance Florence to your favorite Netflix epic, is a secret structural code. A rulebook written 2,000 years ago by one man, Virgil. And it's called the Rota Vergilii, the Wheel of Virgil. This isn't dusty literary theory. This is the DNA of Western storytelling. And once you see it, you'll never unsee it. Stick with us. This changes how you read, watch, and create. And if you're new here, welcome. Hit subscribe and tap the notification bell. You won't want to miss what comes next. Before there were genres, before there were algorithms, before there were even universities, there was Virgil, Roman poet, master craftsman, the OG storyteller. And he didn't just write poems, he wrote 3, each in a different style, each for a different world. The Bucolics, gentle, pastoral, humble, stories of shepherds, fields, quiet longing. The Georgics, practical, grounded, middle, stories of farmers, soil, sweat, wisdom. The Aeneid, grand, divine, elevated, stories of gods, war, destiny, empire. This wasn't random, it was intentional. And centuries later, medieval scholars named it the Rota Vergilii. The doctrine of styles, 3 levels, 3 tones, 3 ways to speak to the human soul. Let us know in the comments. Have you ever heard of the Rota Vergilii before? Drop a thumbs up if this is your first time learning this. By the 4th century AD, Virgil wasn't just admired, he was sacred. Grammarians like Donatus and Servius studied his work like scripture. They mapped his 3 styles onto everything. What characters belong in which style? What animals? What plants? What instruments? What names? What homes? What emotions? This wasn't just about poetry, it was about cosmic order, and it became the foundation of medieval education. Every student, every scribe, every monk who copied his texts, they didn't just read Virgil, they decoded him. His works were preserved, not because they were pretty, but because they were essential. During the Carolingian Renaissance, under Charlemagne, Virgil's manuscripts exploded across Europe, not as art, as architecture, the blueprint for all great writing. Could you imagine a world where one poet's style guide shaped 1,000 years of literature? Tell us your thoughts below. Then came Dante Alighieri, and he didn't just use the Rota Vergilii, he perfected it. In his Divine Comedy, one of the greatest works ever written, he applied Virgil's 3 styles to the afterlife: hell, humble, raw, gritty. The language of sinners, mud, screams, and realism. Purgatory, middle, lyrical, wise. The language of growth, reflection, and rhetorical beauty. Paradise, elevated, luminous, divine. The language of angels, light, and unspeakable mystery. This wasn't imitation, this was transformation. Dante called it pluristylismo, multiple styles in one work. Why? Because to reach all of humanity, from the lowest sinner to the highest saint, you needed all 3 voices. And who guides Dante through hell and purgatory? Virgil himself. Dante's words still echo, Tu sei lo mio maestro e il mio autore, lo bello stilo che m'ha fatto onore. You are my master and my author, the noble style that has brought me honor. Virgil wasn't just an influence, he was the architect. You think this is ancient history? Look around. Your favorite fantasy saga? Starts humble, a farm boy, rises to middle, a journey, explodes into elevated, a battle for the cosmos. Your favorite film trilogy? Same structure. Even video games, TV seasons, best-selling novels, they follow this arc. Why? Because Virgil understood something timeless. Not every story should sound the same. The style must match the soul of the scene. The tone must serve the truth of the moment. The Rota Vergilii isn't a cage. It's a compass, and it's still pointing the way. They called him a mysterious bearer of a secret doctrine. And they were right. Virgil didn't just write poems. He wrote the operating system of Western storytelling. And it's still running. In your books, your screens, your dreams. So tell us, which style speaks to you most? Humble? Middle? Elevated? What story, film, or game follows this structure? Let us know in the comments. If this opened your eyes, smash that like button. It helps us reach more curious minds like yours. Subscribe to the channel, because next week, we're revealing how Hollywood secretly uses medieval poetic codes to make billion-dollar blockbusters. And don't forget, tap the notification bell. You won't want to miss it. Share this with your literature nerd, your film buff, your history lover, or that friend who says style doesn't matter, only story does. Spoiler, they're wrong. Because the greatest stories follow a hidden wheel, and it's still turning. Until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and never underestimate the power of a Roman poet with a plan.